Hello lovely friends, how are you all doing today? I hope you're well. This is kind of an on the sofa session, although I'm not on the sofa, I'm in the chair, the thoughts on chair, blah blah blah, it doesn't matter. So much to catch everyone up on. I've got a big pile of postbag I want to share with you. Because partly because I haven't done this for ages, but also partly because, can you see in the side of shot? It's been my birthday. Yay! I love having a birthday. Listen, I'm not going to make any bones about it. I love having a birthday because when it's your birthday, you get spoilt. Everyone piles in with their love. The phone hasn't stopped ringing. It's just fantastic. I love birthdays, whether it's yours, mine, whoever's, I don't care. I love birthdays. So, I need a little something to wet my whistle. It's not water today. I've got a beer. Yay! First beer in ages. But it's allowed because it's birthday. So, oh my goodness, let's just pile in straight away. I've had all sorts of stuff coming through the post in recent days, both from you and from me. Did you see that in the back of the Day in the Life video? You might have done. I'll talk about that in a second. Naughty, naughty. So I thought, sorry, computer's going to be going too. So I thought, yeah, let's just have a little sit down and a catch up together. So I just want to share, first of all, some lovely, lovely little gifts my sister sent. She has such good taste. My sister's birthday is in 2 days' time, and every year it's a bit of a killer because I think I've put together the most perfect present parcel for her. Then I open mine 2 days before she gets hers or opens hers. I open mine from her, and then I think, oh, she's going to be so let down by what I've given her. I'm sure she won't. But she sent me this beautiful, beautiful scarf. I love it because it's got little tassels on the end. And let me show you closely. It's starfish. Isn't that cute? Isn't that adorable? And I do love a fine cotton scarf like this in winter. I know it seems silly, you might want a woolly scarf, but I love a fine cotton scarf because I can just snuggle right into it. What I really love about this scarf is it's come from a company called Fat Face, who I really like, but I'm looking for the tag, they've done it in conjunction with, can you see this label? Or maybe this one's easier to see. This has been made in conjunction with the Marine Conservation Society. Brilliant. Perfect. You know, I always say that in my life I want for nothing. I don't need anything. But if a gift comes my way, I'm always grateful. I love practical gifts. Either gifts I can eat, like eating gifts, or gifts I can bathe in, that sort of thing. But whatever the gift is, I love it if it's got something more to it, like raising awareness, raising money for charity, whatever it is, it's great. So, thanks big sis. She also sent me this this is going in the shed, wee little heart, little ceramic. It just says, love from your big sis. And what I love about this, oh, there's another prezi on the sofa. Oh, never mind, I'm not getting up. This has been handmade by a potter in Yorkshire, Jamali Ane. It says handmade in North Yorkshire. That's where my sister lives. Adorable, absolutely adorable. And what I love about this, along with, I've got a little box full of bath treats, soap, bath melts, candles, moisturiser, bath salts. It's all been done by someone basically from home. It's a cottage industry. That's a cottage industry. What I love about this kind of gifting is if we can gift that in a way that raises awareness, raises money for charity, or supports a small cottage industry. Brilliant, fantastic. And this lovely last little thing from her, I haven't taken the tag off yet. Now, I'm not normally a trinkets or ornaments person, but this is so cute, I love it. Can you see? It's a little sewing machine, but it opens up. It's a little trinket pot. Isn't that adorable? Thank you, big sis. I also got some hand cream. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So, that's birthday taken care of. Having a nice slug of beer. It's like, how much beer already going? The thing is, these days, the beers are less and less frequent. So when I do have one, the effect is more and more speedy, apparent. Right, let me get through some of this. I'm going to rattle. Oh no, that's to the end. We'll deal with that. Okay, so I had a little letter from Patty. Hi Patty, thank you. She's not on Facebook, so she asked me if I could reply to this via Facebook, via YouTube, which I'm doing. Patty asked me about my strimmer that I use in the garden, what would I recommend, So it's not so much a recommendation. It's hard to recommend anything if I haven't tried lots and lots of the same thing. All I know is that the strimmer I use works for me and it works perfectly well. You've seen my paths. It's a Ryobi. It's that big brand that I think everyone's aware of these days, where you buy one battery charges, it's a rechargeable, and you can fit the battery into all sorts of different tools. I bought the Ryobi strimmer because I already had the battery for using with my drill and my jigsaw. I've got to say, I've been perfectly happy with it. It works a treat. I think battery life, it could be better. In terms of doing my plot, I've got the two main long paths either side of my beds and then the 4 little paths that cross. It just about does that, but there's not enough juice left to do outside my shed, so I always have to strim on 2 days. But in terms of sort of the ergonomics of it, the holding, the height, it's all adjustable. It's been great. So I hope that answers your question, Patty. Now, oh, I can't remember. I can't read your name. It's been a while. Some of this I opened ages ago and I've been meaning to talk about. Don't put your head down, Vivi. Oh, okay, yes. So, Claire M. You will know who you are straight away when I hold these up. I'm going to hold them up this way. Little wrist warmers. Gorgeous. Love them. Yes, I will be in touch soon. Oh, they're lovely. They're a little bit, they're quite, I've got huge man hands. They're not man hands. I'm a woman. I've got woman hands. But I do have really broad hands here. But I love them. They are absolutely gorgeous. And there are so many times in the year when it's kind of, you know, it's like really quite chilly, damp, for instance. It's not so freezing cold that I'd want to cover my hands completely. Or it might be freezing cold and I want to cover my hands completely, but I'm doing something in the garden and I need my fingers free. So I really, really, really love my fingerless mitts. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as per your letter and everything you talked about, I'm going to be in touch. I will be in touch, I promise. What's next? Oh, that's that one. Oh, no, hang on a minute. What's in here? Ah, yes, this came from Rio. Rio, thank you so much. She has sent me some seed for some wild celery and wild bergamot. Thank you. Now, I spoke to Rio about this, or I messaged her to say, I don't think I've got an inch of space left in my garden for either of these, but we're doing, you know, every year we do a little tiny bit more in terms of developing the sort of the communal parts of the allotment site, the whole site, and we're hoping to dig out and create 2 new beds that are near the community shed, etc. So I shan't start these now, it's too late in the year, but I'm going to start them early next year because I think they may be perfect as, if nothing else, well, certainly the celery, a little bit of ground cover in the community bed. And then, for example, those gorgeous rose cuttings I've got from Paul, they can go in there, they can climb away. So thank you so much, Rio, really appreciate those. Honestly, I'm looking for my drink. It's not. I normally put my drink up there, but my cards are up there. Honestly, I'm so tardy with saying these thank yous. I apologise. Lovely, lovely card and message from Michelle. Thank you. Thank you so much. Look, I say it every time we sit and do a bit of a postbag, and I don't want it to be a case that because I say it every time it becomes meaningless, because it's not at all meaningless when I say I love receiving your cards and letters. I just love it. I just feel it's that wonderful bond and connection, and you know what? It's like having a YouTube channel and Facebook. It's like this sort of odd modern day pen palism. Is that a word? Pen palism. It is now. Yeah, I feel like, you know, we're all bonded and connected, and that's great. I love receiving your comments. I reply to them all. Even though YouTube then decides to delete all my comments or replies, it does mine not. But the fact is, I love it. It's great. It's two-way traffic. It's fantastic. But then when I get something, an actual physical thing, it just, next level. It's gorgeous. Also, I think this is Annie. Yes, it's Annie. I'm going to be really careful now because Annie sent me a lovely card with, I'm not even going to open it because even if I do a quick flash, some weirdo could freeze the frame and read it. Don't want that. But Annie sent me a lovely card with her and her partner's story. Plus, oh, I really want to show the pictures, Annie. I'm just seeing if there's one that's suitable. There's not. It's all too personal and private. A ton of pictures and a ton of, can you make that out? They're little seeds in sort of wedged in paper. It's almost like lavatory paper for me to have a go with next year. And just this lovely sort of sharing of her story and her life, and oh my goodness, Annie, you know, hats off. I bow down. I do not know how you do it. I mean, I kind of do, because we all do what we have to do, don't we? But in future, if I'm having a day where I'm feeling a bit sorry for myself, I'm going to think of you and what you do, and promptly buck my ideas up. Then it goes on. After I had the Brassica massacre back at, when was it? Beginning of June? End of May, beginning of June? All those slugs and snails that attacked all my brassicas, and I honestly thought that they were all, well, not all, but the vast majority were beyond saving. And I'd shown a picture of the damage on Facebook, and I was sort of doing that whole thing of like, as we all do when we share. And the gorgeous, lovely MJ, thank you MJ, was straight off the bat said, let me send you some seed. And I said, you know what? No, thank you. I think I can rescue whatever's there. So thank you so much, MJ, for offering, but I did think I could probably rescue enough. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to me, Brian didn't even ask. He just ordered some seeds and sent them to me. So Brian from New York, thank you so much, lovely. He sent 3 lovely packets of seeds. Honestly, it's not even my birthday when these came. You spoil me. You all spoil me. Thank you. But he sent me some kale. This is the Cavallo Nero. And some scarlet kale. And some purple sprouting broccoli. So, that's fantastic. As you will have seen by now in the videos, I managed to rescue enough, and they're actually really doing okay. So I don't need to start these seeds. But going back to April when I sowed all my seeds, I used up every single last dreg of every single brassica that I had. I didn't have any brassica seed left at all. I'd got some left over from 2020 and 2019. I bought a couple of new packets for this year, but they normally, when you get brassica seeds, you get like 400 or 500 seeds in a packet. But a couple of the packets I bought this year, they were like 40 seeds, like so few. Anyway, the point is, back in April, I had sown every single last seed that I owned in terms of brassicas. So I have nothing for next year. But now I do. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. But also thank you, MJ, because MJ offered and I said to him, no, shut up. What are you talking about? I don't need anything. Now, oh my goodness. Oh, I've got a book. I was going to do a book review today as well, and I've got this and I've got this. Okay, cracking on. Whip, snap away, whip, snap away. So, I've got a book here that Gillian sent to me. Computer's going again. Now, I can't remember when it was that I talked about this. It's obviously bang on kind of trend with my channel. I often talk about sort of possessions and what we need versus what we want, and that I don't really go for the whole, I don't really have possessions unless it's something that's useful. Clothing, crockery, books are my exception. Books are my exception in terms of I will have a lot of them. But in most other respects, I'm just looking around my room now. I mean, I really don't have stuff. And I talked ages ago about, there was an article I'd read in, I think it was the Sunday Times. It's one of these kind of, the weekend colour supplements with the papers. And there was a sort of a monograph on different families from around the world, and it's a picture of the family outside their house with all the house possessions laid out on the lawn. It really, really, really hit me. I don't know what, years ago, it was years ago, and it's always stayed with me, that thought that if you were, I mean, I don't have a front lawn, let's say I have a front lawn, if you took all the contents of my house outside, put them on the front lawn, what would you see? You would see furniture, of course, but mostly, apart from furniture and clothes, you would see stuff I use in the kitchen, sewing stuff, books. It's kind of pretty much it. Anyway, so I talked about that. I didn't know there was a book. It is called, oh, hang on, where's the light? Material World. Fantastic. So you see, here's a family in front of their house, here's another family. Let's turn it over. I don't know where this family is from on the back. But then we've got another family outside the home. That's their possessions. And you can see, this is obviously their important possession is their rug. It's such a great book. Such a great book. Let me find you. Oh, Great Britain. Oh no, hang on a second. Pages are sticking together. Okay, so this is a family in Great Britain. Mom, dad, 2 kids. Music lessons. It's just tons and tons and tons of stuff. Look, I'm not going to go through the whole book with you, but this is a family in, where are they? Oh, this is in Haiti. And I think this book was published before the earthquake. Look at what stuff they've got. So anyway, Gillian, thank you so much for sending this to me. I didn't know a book existed. I'd only ever seen the newspaper stuff. It's really, really... Looking at this kind of thing, it's incredibly humbling, because I think I do with very little, but then I look at these pictures and realise I'm a spoilt brat. I have so much stuff. I am so spoilt. But then I look at other pictures, and it's particularly, say, in the UK and in America, and I just think, what are you all doing? It's crazy. And you're hiring almost a second home, storage unit. You're hiring a second home for stuff. It's crazy. So yeah, I think that sounds like I'm being negative. I don't mean to be negative. I think with any of these things, where's this family from? Albania. Oh, so I remember going to Albania. This is an Albanian family. Look at them with their stuff. It's a lesson, isn't it? It's a lesson. So, Gillian, thank you so much for sending that, because I'll keep looking at it, and I'll keep reminding myself that I'm really, really, really grateful for everything I have, and keep thinking about maybe sharing. Fab. Oh, that's going to come at the end with that. Then, I told you it's a big post bag. Are you still with me? I hope you are. What's the time? We're not going on too long. Cheers. This was, oh, little card. Don't you love cute stationery? When I love an envelope that, when you open it, has a different inside to it. And also, when you put something in an envelope, unless you're actually putting it in the post, don't write someone's name on it, leave it blank, and then they can use it again. I will be using this envelope again, obviously. So this came from Sarah. I'm assuming it's pronounced Sarah because it's S-A-R-A. She sent me a magazine called Positive news. Seeds of the People, how communities are protecting the future of food. I think that's the lead article. I haven't looked at all yet. The strap at the top says the uplifting current affairs magazine. So, positive news, yes. I mean, it looks incredibly eclectic. Yes, it's current affairs. It's global. I can straight away see images of other parts of the world. I'll really look forward to browsing this. I don't read magazines these days. I hardly have time for reading anyway. But I do make exceptions sometimes because this is the sort of thing which I think will uplift me. Positive news. It will inform me. It will broaden my mind. I'm always looking to broaden my mind. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting tucked in. And what I'm hoping, I keep saying it, I'm hoping by about the middle of July, the garden will be sorted-ish, enough that I can have some time sitting in the garden, doing nothing, but reading a bit of positive news. So I was also going to talk today, but I'm kind of looking at the clock now and thinking I want to wrap up. I want to talk, I'll save this for another video. Honestly, this is a little busy. I'm not promoting being drunk in the afternoon. However, having not drunk for a while, it happens. Right, I will talk about on another day. This is a magazine I do get. It's the only magazine I get. It's the only subscription I have. I didn't buy it for myself. It was a gift subscription. Ethical Consumer. Really, really fantastic. We will talk, because there's a lot to talk about with this, in more detail. This is going awfully well, isn't it? I haven't even got onto this. I've got to get this out in a minute and show you. I will talk in more detail about this another day. Plus, for the first time in ages, I've managed to read a book. Elizabeth and Her German Garden. I read, I think, about 2/3 of it I've been back down to Auntie Teapot's. So my train there and back, 2/3 of it. Finished it off the other day. What did I think of it? It's a classic. Did I love it? Did I hate it? My reaction to it was not what I expected. But you're going to have to wait. Right, let's get onto this big black stick next to me. What a palaver. Just moving that out of the way. So, this is a thank you to Denise. Now, every now and again, thank you. Folks send me a little bit of a cash gift. Someone recently sent me £3 and they apologised for it being so little. And I was like, what are you talking about? You just sent me £3. If that's like, £3 is a lot of money to me, and I'm not dissembling. And if that's what someone can afford, they've basically given me they've given me their spare bit, which means they've spent what they need to spend, and that tiny bit that was left over, they've given to me rather than spend it on themselves. So I'm always grateful. And I'm really, really careful I'm careful with my money anyway, but especially if someone sends me a gift, I usually like to do something specific with it, and I always reply to that person and let them know what it is. So this is my specific, let's start this end, from Denise. Denise sent me some money a little earlier than my birthday. We put the ceiling out, and I knew exactly straight away. Can you tell what it is yet? What I wanted to do with it. Usually when someone sends me a little bit of a bit of cash gift, I almost always put it into the garden or into the kitchen. I invest it basically. And this is something I've been thinking about for ages, and definitely this year very much so. I decided, because this year was a bit of a in the garden, that I might start investing in some long-handled tools. Tools to do the jobs that I normally do when I'm sitting on my bum on the grass paths. I can get down onto the grass paths, okay. When I'm sitting on my grass paths, even cross-legged, I'm okay. That's quite comfortable. But getting up, oh God, it's such a palaver. It's so undignified. And yeah, it's getting a little bit harder. So just this year in particular, I've been thinking, Vivi, you know, you love your garden, you want a garden as long as you can, start future-proofing. So I decided, in my head I've started to make a mental list of some long-handled tools. So this is a drawer hoe. I haven't even opened it yet. It's a drawer hoe. I would also like to get myself a Dutch hoe, which I will use for weeding. This is for sort of more for cultivating and doing my seed sowing. I've had some birthday money, so I'm going to use that to get a Dutch hoe. Thank you very much. But let me tell you the story about the delivery of this little gorgeous new tool. I haven't opened it yet, and actually, I'm just going to pour the next one into this glass. Cheeky. Cheeky, it's my birthday, I don't care. Let that settle. I haven't bought a new tool for ages. I would say probably about 80% of my tools have been either hand-me-downs, second-hands from someone else, or a gift from a friend. What have I bought new? My fork. My fantastic fork. I love my fork. It's a slightly longer fork than most, which is great if you're tall. Obviously the strimmer, and I think my edging shears. Yes, I bought my edging shears. But I think pretty much all my other tools have either been scrounged out of a skip or gifted to me, say by a plot neighbour who's left, or have been a birthday present, like for instance my hori knife, which I am never without now. I'm going to do a tool video. I will do a tool video in particular. My hori knife, which was a gift from my lovely friend Jackie in Canada, and that I was really scared to use at first because it's got a sharp edge and I'm terrified of edges. But literally after the first day of using it, it's never ever been out of my hand in the garden. It's, I think, I would say my long-handled fork and my hori knife and my strimmer, because I like my parts, those three things, they are my absolute go-to tools. Never mind go-to, they are, I couldn't have my garden today without my long-handled fork and my hori knife. The thing with this is going to be really noisy. The thing with the hori knife is it's a real hori knife. They are ridiculously expensive. Well, actually, they're not ridiculously expensive. They're expensive, but they're quality. You know what I'm always saying? Buy well, buy once. Right, that's going to be too noisy to do on camera. So let me just tell you about the delivery of this little baby. When this was delivered, I wasn't at home. I was in the garden. I came home from the garden, put my key in the front door, the street door. So obviously I've got the street door downstairs, and I go do, 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 up all my stairs, and hang on, scale, we can't get the scale in, my own personal front door. So I put the key in the street door, went to open it. The door opened 3-4 inches. Couldn't budge the door open. It's like, what the heck? It just wouldn't, I couldn't open it. So I buzzed my neighbour in the first flat. I'm in flat 3, and then there's 2 and 1. Buzzed my neighbour in flat 1, not home. Buzzed my neighbour in flat 2, not home. What the bugger? So then, and I'm wrestling with my door. I'd got it, like I said, I'd got it open about 4 or 5 inches. Now, fortunately, even though I've become an old, you know, lumpy, bumpy girl in recent years, I've got quite, I don't know if you can tell from that, I've got quite skinny arms. I mean, I've got my bingo wings, which are hideous, but the bingo wing hangs down and is kind of skinny when it's in line. So I kind of threaded my hand, and I was kind of doing this behind the door, like, what is stopping my door from opening? And then I hit it. Hang on, not the hoe end, I hit the handle end. Oh, ow, oh, what was that? Dropped to the floor so I could get the door open. They had put this, hang on a minute, I've got to watch my ceilings if it's not that tall. They put this through my letterbox. I mean, what bonkersness is that? You know, I'm kind of half laughing and half angry, because the thought of some delivery guy coming along to my letterbox and having to go, put it upright. Oh, I can't really show. Say this is my letterbox. You would have had to slot it through the letterbox and then twist it and push it through the rest of the way. So I'm kind of laughing at that, you know, good effort to post this crazy object through a letterbox. But having looked at it, the inside of my letterbox is broken now. Oh, that reminds me, I need to take a screwdriver down to take the whole of it off the back. So my letterbox is broken, and B, none of us were in the building at the time, and this could have properly wedged the door shut. Call the fire brigade, take the door off, I don't know. There's always a little bit of a palaver in life, isn't there? It's ridiculous. And all this, now I've got, anyway, I will do that shortly. So yes, thank you, Denise. As promised, with your gift, I've bought myself a drawer hoe. I've had some more birthday money. I'm going to get myself a Dutch hoe. So between the two, I think I said the drawer hoe will help me in cultivating the beds, and when I'm doing my seed prep, you know, sowing seeds. The Dutch hoe will be for weeding and, you know, keeping my dirt paths in trim. And I think that's probably all I need. Yeah, I think for now that's probably all I need to help me, you know, in terms of the next 2 or 3 years, helping me to, you know, just manage a bit better with these really annoying knees. So yeah, can't wait to give it a little go out there in the garden after I get all the plastic off it. Maybe when I go out to the garden with it, I should try and do a reverse through the letterbox to take it out into the street. I'm kidding, I'm not doing that again. So, I'm giddy. It's obvious I'm giddy. I've had a couple of drinks. I make absolutely no apologies for that. It's my birthday, I'll do what I want. It's been a long overdue catch-up of the postbag and saying thank you to folk. Like I said, that other magazine and the book. we'll do that another day when I'm calmer. But yeah, it's been nice to have this little catch up today. Look at this little card. I'm suddenly distracted. It's like a little message in a bottle. Can you see it? It's all, 3D. Isn't that cute? A garden in a bottle. Yeah, good times. Good times. I've got another week of tennis to enjoy as much as possible. Interestingly, obviously we're coming out of the kind of the really strong restrictions after this god-awful pandemic. I'm going really slowly with that. I've had lots of invites, but I'm being really kind of quite choosy about, you know, how many people I want to be with, make sure it's outdoors, but I've got lots of that sort of stuff coming up, which is fantastic. I don't think no travel plans immediately, not even within the UK. But yeah, it's all good. La vita è bella. So, right, I've waffled on. Bit doolally today, but that's allowed. Happy. Just happy. That's the bottom line, isn't it, in life, is can you be in your day and just be happy? And yeah, I can be happy, even though my letterbox got completely buggered up by a hoe. It's like, can you imagine if I wrote to my insurance company for a new letterbox and they'd say, what happened to your letterbox? Oh, the hoe broke it. All right, my lovely people, I will see you again really soon. What we doing? Probably in the garden. I'm hoping... Oh, no, I won't say anything because if I don't do it, then people will slap me. Yeah, probably in the garden. I'll see you in the garden again. Oh, yeah, let's do this blimmin' parsnip experiment I've been talking about. We're going to do it. We'll do it this week. So I'll see you there then for that. Yes. Lovely people, thank you so much for hanging out today. Thank you to all of you who sent really gorgeous birthday messages, cards, gifts, whatever it is. Every single one of them really, and I mean it. I sound like I'm so insincere. I don't want to sound insincere. What's wrong with me today? I mean it. I'm really, really, really touched and grateful. Well, you know, because you'll have had a message back from me. So thank you. Thank you all for hanging out today, for being lovely, for being beautiful, and let's hang out again really soon. I need the loo. I'm off. Cheerio.